According to recent information, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are aware that money is disappearing quickly. It seems like Harry and Meghan are losing their position more and more, becoming more and more depressed. So please watch the whole video to know the details of this incident. Welcome back. We are Kate Middleton in the Queen YouTube channel. Reportedly, Prince Harry and Meghan Markle are actually conscious of their rapidly depleting funds, in spite of the fact that they're trying to live a billionaire's lifestyle complete with designer outfits and private jets. This is all coming from a royal expert. Their 9 bedroom home, nestled amongst neighbors like Oprah Winfrey and Ellen DeGeneres and Katy Perry, is estimated to be worth about £11 million, and they also indulge in many other luxuries too. Meghan Markle has finally unveiled her much anticipated lifestyle brand. It's thought to be a revival of her former lifestyle blog, The Tig, which she shut down back in 2017 before she married Prince Harry. Okay, first things first. The two of them should learn to live within their means. They cannot be expecting other people to pay for their outrageous lifestyle. If the two of them really want to make some money, I think they need to stop trying to sell stuff to wealthy people. Maybe they could do some nice clothes, for example, for people who have a much lower budget. And I understand that some people are saying that the launch caused a media frenzy, but that's all Meghan Markle is going to get. American Riviera Orchards has no financial support. They don't even have a CEO. They don't have any merchandising, production, or marketing deals in place. There are no real products for sale, and it's a lifestyle that nobody with any taste wants to copy. All Meghan has are a few beige prototypes and a really blurry, weird video. This is yet another example of Meghan Markle failing. So, the money's going to run out. And what are those two going to do? Of course, they're going to want to come back. The last thing Harry wants to do is spend his own money, and neither of them want to actually have to work for their money. So, what is the easiest option? Oh, just return to the royal family and take advantage of all the freebies that they can offer, getting free security, getting free homes, and VIP treatment wherever they go. The Queen Mother did set up a trust for her grandchildren, every single one of them, and it's set to pay out, I believe, when they turn 40 years old. So the older ones, like Peter Phillips, of course, they got theirs first. Now, the longer the money stays invested, the more it grows. So when Edward's 16-year-old son finally gets his, it's going to be even more money. It's also worth noting that the Queen Mother did in fact leave Harry more money than she did William, because she understood that when the late Queen Elizabeth passed away, William would become Prince of Wales and the Duke of Cornwall, in addition to the Duke of Cambridge. And as a consequence, he would get access to the income from the duchy. In 2021, it was about £21 million per year. It has been incredibly well managed. And that's going to make any one-off lump sum that Harry gets look absolutely pathetic. And any money that Harry gets is not going to last any time at all once Meghan Markle gets her paws on it. Their travel really shouldn't cost all that much money, though, because they just mooch off other people's private jets. Apparently, Meghan Markle even tried to hitch a ride on Air Force One with the president. You remember that story. And I don't know who was more behind that, Meghan or Harry, but I'm guessing Meghan Markle. And what about all the designer clothing that never fits her that she insists on buying? The price tags on those items are ridiculous. So does she actually buy it all, or is she stealing it? Is she keeping stuff that she's supposedly just borrowing? Who knows? Are the designers really falling for her tricks anymore? Nobody knows just how much they have in them. People can only assume, and I'm sure whenever people are guessing, they're not very close. What I can say, though, is their lifestyle costs a ridiculous amount of money. So unless they get real jobs and start actually creating something, I think they're going to be in a lot of trouble. And I'm sure Spotify did not pay out the full amount of that contract before they canceled it. And I don't believe they're going to get the full amount from Netflix either. They haven't produced anything. And I'm sure Netflix is not going to renew that contract when it expires, even if it does somehow go to the full term of the contract. Now, any money they got paid out for their deals has to be cut in half, because the state of California and the federal government, well, they got to take about 50 to 60% of it in taxes. And then what about their property tax? That's a huge amount of money as well. So that $100 million is not really $100 million. It's more like $40 million that they actually have in their bank accounts. At the end of the day, though, it doesn't really matter how much money they have. They are still a couple of disgusting human beings. Harry made his grandparents' last years absolutely miserable with his horrible behavior. He trashed his family, he threw them under the bus for no good reason. He just felt spiteful and jealous. Everything he said was exposed to be a lie, and basically immediately, too. And I'm sure there is more grifting those two are guilty of, but I guess all of it hasn't come out yet. So lovely of the royal experts to explain how they have been looking into Harry and Meghan's financial information, all the designer clothes, all the private jet travel, and they have a mortgage too. Oh, how are they going to deal with it when they're down to their last $50 million? Oh, I know what they're going to do. They're going to show up at the palace begging for a handout. Harry's going to be on his hands and knees begging for forgiveness, telling us that William hit him and that Catherine made Meghan cry. Oh, how is this going to end? Harry just could not be more different from his family members, especially his brother and his father. Now, what Charles sells is all for his Prince's Trust and other charities. He has nothing to do with the money. Unlike some people, of course, Harry and Meghan, who claim that they make money for charity and then they only spend 5% on that charity and the rest they pocket. All of the profits made from Charles's endeavors also go to various charities. The only charity, though, that sees any money from Harry and Meghan's endeavors is their own bank account. Now, the reason that there is a trust selling the Balmoral jam and whatever else for Charles is because working royals are not allowed to make money for themselves off their titles. Well, Meghan is not a working royal. Creating a Balmoral trust is certainly a way around this rule. And as for their financial problems, I've got a suggestion. They need to try living within their means like most of us do. Maybe Meghan can stop spending so much money on these clothes that don't even fit her. And what's with the jewelry? She can stop spending money on that too. But you know Meghan Markle is not going to dump him until he turns 40 and the money comes in. And then she's going to spend it like there's no tomorrow, and then it's all going to be gone, and she'll be ready to ditch him forever. She'll say that he can keep the mortgage payments, and maybe the chickens too. Harry also whined in that fake interview that his father had stopped giving him money when he was 35 years old. Oh, poor baby. But later we found out that wasn't even true. Harry, get a job. Oh, wait a minute. I guess you can't because you're not qualified for anything. With the millions they have, though, I mean, honestly, it just looks tacky to be so frivolous. Perhaps they should try living in a smaller home in a less wealthy area. They don't need all that security, and they don't need to travel via private jet every single time they go somewhere. The rest of us, we have to deal with a budget, even the super rich, actually. The basic principle for financial stability is the ability to manage your income versus your expenses. So, shifting gears a little bit, there are very hardworking members of the royal family. But as far as Harry and Meghan are concerned, well, they're not among those people, and they're not even working royals anymore. Harry has done nothing but try to destroy his family. And it sounds like some people actually approve of what he has done. It's time those idiots woke up and smelled the coffee. I also cannot understand why Meghan Markle would be encouraged to come back to the UK for business purposes. So what? Just so they can make the taxpayers try to foot their bills or something? Buy her designer clothing? Meghan Markle has no fans, no supporters in Britain. Nobody wants to buy any of what she's selling. She should really just focus on trying to live within their means. According to a source close to Harry and Meghan, they are not in agreement about money either. Apparently, they're always fighting about it. Just yesterday, reportedly, they were fighting about the $500,000 that Meghan wasted on bling, as he put it. And I guess she responded by calling Harry out for all the millions that he has lost filing these frivolous lawsuits against the Daily Mirror, the Daily Mail, and the Daily Planet. I can't imagine how much their PR team alone costs. And what about their legal bills? And then they have to maintain that oversized McMansion. They got to pay for maintenance, staff, security, transportation. I don't even want to know what the figure is. And then her clothing. And the private jets, the hotels, more wasted money. They consider themselves to be very, very wealthy, but actually they're not, considering that they want to be in a circle of billionaires. And that's why Meghan Markle is thinking this new business endeavor is genius and it's going to make her the million she's desperate for. It's not. They do realize, though, that they need more money if they want to be able to pay for that kind of lifestyle. Their problem, obviously, is how are they going to get it? I guess they're just waiting for Charles to come through for them. They're going to be waiting a long time for that, though, probably forever. Remember, in the past, they wanted to be half in, half out royals. Well, the late queen told them absolutely not. And I don't think the king is going to change his mind on this. So, Harry and Meghan, I hope that you're happy with your independent lifestyle in California because you might as well stay there. Just imagine how happy life with Meghan must be. I mean, if only the two of them had not been so spiteful and so filled with resentment, I think they could have actually been happy. They could have had millions in the bank and they could have maintained a connection to the royal family to keep the money flowing in. But no, they didn't want that. And then Spotify dumped them, and now they're spending money faster than they can get it. William wants to take the titles away from them and their children too. Their reputation is destroyed. Nobody wants to be within a mile of Meghan Markle. Are you really still living the dream, Harry? Because no matter what, compared to their neighbors who are billionaires, Harry and Meghan are impoverished. Why else would the two of them have to depend on their wealthy buddies for private jets? And they even tried to get themselves a ride on Air Force One with the Bidens. How delusional are they? I mean, if Harry loses another couple of court cases, their money is going to be even more gone. Thank God, though, that William is the heir. Just imagine Harry next in line with Meghan Markle as queen in waiting. It makes me want to vomit. The monarchy would have come to an end if that's what had happened. I just shared our information and comments about Prince Harry and Meghan Markle being aware that money is disappearing rapidly. So, what are your thoughts on this whole issue? Please comment to let us know. And then support us by liking, sharing, and subscribing to the channel. Thank you so much, and I'll be back to see you in other videos on Kate Middleton and the Queen channel.